I'll send the recording afterwards, yeah?
Thank you so much, ma'am.
No worries. I'll send the recording afterwards, yeah?
Thank you so much, ma'am.
No worries. All right, done. So can we start?
Yeah, I have a brief, short introduction,
Oh,
just to welcome everyone. I'll just quickly read that.
sure.
Um, Assalamu alaikum, dear teachers. We're delighted to welcome Teacher Salva for our third session on handling special students. I personally briefly experienced a student with autism, and it was very challenging. I felt the need to research and figure out the right way to guide the student, which was also challenging. I'm so grateful for this opportunity today. Please welcome Teacher Salva.
Thank you. Right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah and a very good afternoon, I think. Still afternoon here. Okay. Thank you, Teacher Siram, and also thank you to Teacher Zahira for giving me this opportunity and to share just my little knowledge, not that much, just my little knowledge on special needs per se. I know this might look a bit mouthful, but it's actually a quite simple sharing, and I think I'll do part one and part two because we only have 1 hour. This one I do it half a day session, but it's okay. We can just cut short it and make it just for 1 hour. When we say caregivers, it includes not only parents, but also all of you as teachers. So as a caregivers, what we can do to help those students in needs, especially if they are neurodivergent, extraordinary children, that sometimes we might often look at we feel helpless. I know how it feels. I know how you guys as teachers feel very helpless, feel like there is a lot of misunderstanding, not being able to see how they want things to be done. It's so different, especially uh for those who has for those who has autism, ADHD. It's quite challenging. So let me just quickly introduce myself. So my name is Salwa. I'm currently a mother of four. Still, I think forever and ever it's just going to be four children. But three of my children has special needs with different spectrums and different disabilities. I'm also an advocate for special needs for more than 10 years now. So yeah, just that. So this is me and my husband. We call Ayah and Emma. Ayah is basically father or daddy. Emma is mother or mommy. So yeah, that's what our children call us. So this is our family, but this was taken 5 years ago. They all have grown up, and my first and second son is higher than me. They are both are higher than me now. So yeah, we actively go for public events, and this is like, for instance, this was I can't remember exactly. I think it's 2019 or 2018 before COVID. We go for Independence Parade, and then yeah, we love going out and celebrating a lot of events. So we are not like um, limiting ourselves for any activities, basically. This is the latest one. This is last year, Independence Day. So I choose army theme, and they are all agree with it. So this is, if you can see, this is all, not all actually, almost like 75% or 80% of the appointment card that we have in this house. This is all clinics and hospital appointments. So it shows how hard it is for us as well. This is my first son, Imran. Imran has intellectual difficulties, or some of you might refer as IDD, intellectual difficulties and disorder. I always drop the disorder one because I don't think it's a disorder per se. It's just difficulties for them. My second son, Jas, he has dyslexia. He also has ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Oh, Imran is now 16 years old. Jas 14 years old. And then this is my third son. He has ASD, autism spectrum disorder. The most challenging because he's also single-sided deaf. He has central hypotonia, he has allergic, he has asthmatic, he has soft muscle tone. He's not speaking, he still wear diapers. He's 11 years old. Just this morning, he's playing with his, not playing, he's refusing for me to clean his up before he goes to school. So he end up like throwing tantrum and play with his own poo just this morning. So yeah, it's challenging, but it can be done lah. This one, so far so good. My youngest, yet he's 8. So for the first one, this first chapter, how do we understand and therefore able to embrace differences? So when we say about understanding, it's always a broad topic. It's not easy to understand. Even in our family, even me as as a mother, it's hard for me to understand my own children, and took me years and years of learning, and I'm still learning until now. But to cut short, usually I will advise caregivers, parents and teachers and support systems. First thing, you have to recognize the strength of the child. So when I say strength, each of us, even as a typical person, you know, like not neurodivergent, as a typical, we have our own preference, we have our own interest, we have our own way of communicating, our own way of liking something, or we hate something by nature, you know, like it's just different. So with special needs children, it's the same. Every single of them is unique, and they have different strength. Even they come out from same womb. I have 4 children. Each of them is different. They have their different traits, different way of speaking, different way of doing sports, different way of adjusting to environment. So for us, not only as parents, but also as teachers, we identify the strength rather than just focusing on challenges. Once we identify their strength, which area that they work best. Sometimes for some children, it might be if you give them book. Sometimes when you give them play therapy, or when you give them activity. So you have to look at what are the signs that or subjects or things that make them alive, that can get some attention from them, that might make them more interested in our learning sessions. So it's very common that misconceptions happen, and a lot of people thought that special needs children doesn't have any strength. That is not correct. That is absolutely not correct. Even with my 11 years old, who's not talking, who's not speaking, and who still wear diapers, we can see his strength. Okay, this is from, I know this might, you might already seen, or you might know it, but this is how they try to demonstrate how one autistic individual look at the world. This is one of the way. Sorry, can you hear the sound, or you cannot? Can.
Yes, we can, ma'am.
Okay, cool.
I can't wait for coffee. Oh, hello, barista. What do you girls want?
Skim soy latte. Darren, soy can't be skim.
Hot chocolate, orange juice?
No, Dad, I want a coffee. Hot chocolate? Great. So I just thinking of going to Sarah's later. Could you give me a ride?
Yeah, sure. Are you cool with taking your sister?
Yeah, wait. What? I have my own pony. Yeah, I'll see you tonight, okay?
So yeah, if you look at this video, it trying to portray point of view of an autistic person, and this she's an adult and she's finally being able to let it out and tell the families and all people around her that how she really feels, all the noises, the distractions, um whatever that she says is so different from the way we work, from the normal person or a typical person will work. So that is the same with the special needs children. They just work differently. So this is one of the way, and perhaps you can do it with your students as well. So I put all my children in one page and try to think carefully on what are the strengths of each of my child. So for instance, like the first one, he's very empathic, diligent, he's helpful, and he's a visual kind of person. You have to show him, then only he follows. The second one is so different. He's not good with house chores. But he's creative. He's so good with music. He's very sociable. If you ask him to mingle around, that's very easy peasy for him. He's very honest. He can't keep any lie, or I mean, he's just straight away give you a real comment. But he's learning with auditory, not visual, unlike his brother. The third one, the non-speaking autistic one, he's brave. He's not afraid of anything. He's curious, and he has these resilient traits. He will try and try again until like 1 hour, 2 hours. He will try, and he's kinesthetic. So the last one, he's confident, caring, adventurous, and also kinesthetic. So when I know each of their strength, what I do is I assign the house chores or the workload, and I plan for their skill according to their strength. So for instance, because Imran, he's very hardworking, he's very helpful, very empathic. So all things regarding to cooking, like dishwashing, organizing item, or watering plants, we can put it on Imran. I mean, he can do it. And he likes photography, designing. So I'll try to get as much as possible any activities or events that can utilize his skills and also his interests. So same goes with other children. Like Yeah, and just he's not good with house chores, but he can just throw garbage. So you don't want to clean up, but he throw garbage, and he's good with laundry and ironing. So all ironing, then leave it to him. And he's very, very um, s- sporty person. So you can give any tasks on that. So same with this one, we're still training Isra to throw on diapers, wash on hands. He now being able after 3 years of training, 4 years of training, is now able to wash and throw on rubbish. And it takes a lot of effort for us, for Isra, because he's the most we can say the most challenging lah for now. So throw on diaper, we're still working on it. Sometimes he can do it, sometimes he can't do. So same with then the youngest one. So if you have any children, doesn't necessarily special needs children, you can also do this to the children, the neurotypical children. You can look at their strength and assign the tasks accordingly. So it helps in maintaining the classroom, the harmony of the classroom, and also but yeah, I understand sometimes in the school, they are expected to do things that they don't like, which I say, yes, you need to do that, because in real life, you can't choose every time. So sometimes I do switch. Although, like, for instance, the second one doesn't like to do dishwashing, I still ask him to do once in a while, because in real life, you need to do. That's why the um, daily tasks, daily routine, your schedule, your rooster need to be adjusted accordingly as well. Yeah. So usually this one I will do in my workshop. I will usually ask the parents and the teachers to write their own strength. And then they need to share it with the person next to them, and need to reflect what are their strengths and what they can do best for their own benefit. So not only talking about students or your children, but also for yourself. So I often reflect myself as well. Sometimes my strength changes over time. Like when I was in 20s, it's different. When I was 30s, it's different. Now I'm 40s, it's different. So we need to always reflect. But I think we're gonna skip this. We're gonna go straight away to the second session. So once we understand what they need and their strength, rather than focus on the challenges, we need to play some roles. This is where I put like role of caregivers and community. But for today, we drop the community because we are not involving any other than the caregivers or teachers from your school. So the community, I will drop it. But what are our roles in helping the special needs children? So this is I call it strategy, strategy in helping them, because they need our help. Sometimes the help that we give, unfortunately, does not necessarily being done at home. Like some of the parents just throw everything to the teachers. And we've seen that a lot in Malaysia. I'm not sure in Korea how it works. Maybe the parents over there has different type of, not sure totally, but in Malaysia, especially in an underprivileged community where parents has to work 2 or 3 jobs a day, they usually throw everything to the teachers. So that's when we empower both parents and teachers to work together. They must work together to help these children so that it works. So I put it in a simplified version where I group everything into 4 categories, and I'll give example for each categories so that it's easier for you guys to do it in the school later on. The first one is to advocate. This is the easiest actually. Easiest, but not many would want to do it. Secondly is to guide. Thirdly is to support. as a supporter, and fourth is to nurture. Yeah. Teacher Ghassan, are you okay? You look so serious.
Yeah, because I'm reading all the as I'm following along with you and also reading what you're writing.
Ah, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm afraid that you look so serious. Like, oh, okay, is this so heavy? No. Okay, the first role is advocate. So as a teachers, we can always speak up for the children's right. For example, if you bring them to trip, and then say in your classroom there are 2 or 3 children with special needs. So you can always advocate that when you're riding a bus or public transportations and get them like, okay, they are a special needs children, they need to be blah, 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 blah. So we do that a lot in our setup. We always tell whenever we bring them to zoo or to any trips, we always like tell them that if we need to take care of this special group of children, and we always communicate. When you advocate, then people will like, oh, okay, this is something that we need to be alert of. Unless if you don't ask people or tell people about that, they might like not understand why these certain children behave in certain way. So 10 years ago in our country, in Malaysia, the level of awareness for special needs is quite low, but now it's now climbed a bit to moderate. Like when I started 10 years ago, it's so hard to make one person understand about special needs children. But now, since a lot of people, a lot of teachers, a lot of parents start advocating and fighting, so we have a lot of access now. All students with special needs card can ride any public transportation for free in Malaysia. And if they fly with Malaysian Airlines, they can get 50% discount tickets. And if they go to our National Zoo, our Science Center, it's free of charge, no charge at all. And if they need to fly, they have special pass. It's a butterfly pass, so that they can go as a first passenger to board and also have special seats. So the parents or the caregivers do not have to, like crack their heads and wait too long in the airports, because they have special lounge for special needs person as well. So this is among things that happen only if a lot of people advocate. So yep, I urge all of you as teachers, fight for inclusions, educate others, educate the teachers, educate other teachers, educate family members, the parents and everyone. Keep telling them about special needs, then the level will go higher. Even sometimes in schools, the principal does not have much knowledge on this particular area, then you can keep bring it. Yeah. So this is what I do. I speak on autism convention for 2023 and 2024, and then I register my children to participate in special needs drawing exhibition. This was done in University Malaya, so they participate as well. And then we went for disability fun run, where they all special needs community gather and run for 5 kilometers. And the one that you see in the photos, me and my children, and also that guy is a sprinter for T20 category, if I'm not mistaken, T20. He's a world champion for 3 times, Paralympics. So we are at the Paralympics sports compound. There's a whole complex of Paralympics over there. So every single disabled athletes practice in that complex. And then we go for we always go for fun run, basically. We always do that. And then this is one of my, I have a TikTok, but unfortunately my TikTok is in Malay. So my TikTok, I talk and speak a lot on special needs. For instance, this is like,
Hai boleh mak di sini. Apa bezanya bantuan untuk orang PKU yang bekerja? Hai boleh mak di sini.
so in my TikTok, I always tell them the special needs tips, special needs categories, and what they can get. So this one is a new regulations by Malaysian government in 2025. They increased the allowance for employed disabled people from 450 to 600, if I'm not mistaken, this year. Additional allowance. It's not the salary that they get. No, they work, the disabled person work, they get their own salary, but the government will top it up, give more fund, I mean, allowance, sort of. So this is a lot of a lot of disabled person, they don't know about this kind of allowance, and this is among things that I do in my TikTok lah, giving awareness. Okay, second role is to guide clear direction to the children. So, for instance, just a second. Some people they don't see this as important, but it's really important. I give you example. Allowing a children to choose their own toys or choose their own clothes give them a lot of confidence. And this is by research basic. So, for instance, what to wear, what to eat, you allow them to decide. Sometimes they can be picky, but then this is the role that we as parents and teachers need to do. We guide them, like, this is not appropriate for your age, but you can choose this one or this one. We give them options. We give them freedom to decide. Like us, we also like appreciate if we can decide on our own way of dressing, our own way of walking, our own way of, even if you go vacations, we need certain way. Me and you, we don't have same preference when we go for vacation, right? So it's same thing as the children. We have to make them feel like their voice is being heard. Like, I'm giving you two choice, whether you want to play with this toy or this toy. Which one would you want? Rather than you give them, okay, you play with this. That's more of dictating. When you give one and then you ask them to. But if you give choice, then they feel appreciated. I know sometimes the lessons, let's say if you do one lesson, a simple one, I give a very simple example. Okay, sometimes you might want like that lesson, the students need to use scissor, right? So there is no other options. It's only scissors. You can't give them like knife or other tools because they need to learn how to use scissors. But how do you make a choice? How do you make them choose? Even with the same scissors. How do you give options?
For instance, you could say you can cut a certain type of paper with it, but you cannot cut other things like your clothes or your books, or you can use a certain type of safe scissors, but you cannot use sharp or big ones that can hurt your fingers.
That is instructions, like
Okay.
guidelines, yeah. But how do you make them choose? How do you make them feel like they have the power to choose?
To help them feel like they have a choice and
Yeah.
they feel empowered that they can make their own choices.
Yeah. How?
So they can get creative with the things that they can cut, and so that means
Correct. You're giving them a set, like whether they want to cut this thing or they want to cut this thing. Then ask them to choose. So they will choose and they will feel like, oh, this is the teacher is like giving me freedom to do things. So this simple thing looks simple, but I always do it with my children because it gives them confidence to decide. And I'm not gonna judge their decisions. Later on, when they are a bit older, then I start to guide them on how to make a right decisions, like what to wear. I give them freedom to wear what they want, but I always remind them what functions are we going. If we are going for wedding, this should not be this is not suitable. If you are going for a formal occasions, yes, you can choose this and this, but not the other one because that is not formal. So they always open up with me. They always like they don't they don't hesitate to tell their choice, and they don't lie, and they don't hide things from me because I give them freedom. So this also happen in classroom. When you give them freedom and they not freedom always, no, not, it's a guided freedom of choice. When you give them choices and they are comfortable with you, then they will be more open to you in long run. So yeah, it works in that way. The other thing is we have to model the behavior. This a lot of things and need a lot of patience, like our own manners, our own patience, our own way of communicating with them. They will definitely look at us as example. So there are times when I'm like mad at them, then I will yell as well. But when I did that, I rationalize why did I do that? Why did I yell? And I apologize. Especially as parents, it's easier for you to get mad because I teach other kids sometimes. You tend to control with other person's children, but with your own children, sometimes it's easier for you to get angry. But yeah, if I did that, I apologize and I tell them what to do. So this is why I say we guide. Isra has a lot of delay in walking, delay in crawling, delay in speech. This was I think when he was 3 years and a half. Usually baby of 18 months generally is able to use a straw to drink. So he's already 3.5 years old, but I repeatedly guide him and always like show how it's done, blow in front of him. And this one, he took 30 minutes to just drink like half of this milk, but he never stopped. That's why I said his strength is persistent. He's really persistent, and by the end of 30 minutes, he's able to use the straw properly. And then yeah, this one when we try to strengthen his muscle because he has soft muscle tissue, then we bring him to climbing park and we always guide. I will climb that thing first. Then he will follow because otherwise he will not do it. Same as hippotherapy, it's good for autistic children. So I will ride the horse as well sometimes just to make sure that he will ride it. This one I teach my first and second son on how to communicate. This one you can do it in school actually. How to communicate properly. So I register for how do you call it? I'm not sure what in Korea this is called, but this is like a flea market, like when you sell pre-loved items. Was it what is it called? Flea market, is it? So I register for one spot. They need to sell their own toys. So they need to persuade and guide the buyers on which toys they should get. So this one brings confidence to their communications. The third role is the supporter. So as teachers, it's really important for us to offer emotional encouragement. We support them emotionally, physically. Um, Sometimes we help them to overcome challenges as well. But I think these last 2 points is really important. Provide consistent motivations and celebrate progress. In our house, we always celebrate even the smallest progress ever, even it's just one little tiny things that our kid did well. We will always praise them, and we always like encourage them to do it again and again and again. And then like my first and second children, they have the sense that they are not like a normal people or typical people. They sometimes they do think that they are different, but we always say that there's nothing wrong being special because special means special. That's why we always bring them to public events, participates in sports, participates in run, so that they feel they belong in the society. We don't keep them at home. We always, in fact, sometimes I think we do a lot more activities than a normal family because just want to encourage them to do things correctly. So this is among roles that you guys as teachers can play a lot. So when they have like superpower team in the school, I also participate. This one they won extra money, so I support them by creating a new not a real company, but a new company that they want to build. They call themselves the Eagle Boys. So they sell a lot of things like keychains. They make keychains and they sell it. This one, this is tidbits from traditional tidbits. So they pack it. This one, I asked them to create their own logo. So they create their own logo, the Eagle Boss. And then I ask them to create stickers and I bring them to the printer shops and they print their stickers. And then they packing the snacks. And then this one, all of these keychains, they made themselves. So yeah, then they sell it in one box. So you got the snacks, the keychain, a digital watch, and a brick game. All of this is only for 20 ringgit. Not so profitable, but actually I pump in more money for their profits lah. And then this is how we encourage as well. This is the third one that doesn't know how to speak. So yeah. And then the father come in and yeah, we bring them to park, we bring them to play sports. We always go outside lah. And then yeah. And then he never stopped. After 30 minutes, no one else can use that. he just keep doing it. No one else can use that. Uh okay. This one is when this dude is 2 years old. He's actually leading the warm-up of whole family.
Wow.
So there is no like I'm older. I will do this. I will lead this. I'm a father. I'm a mother. I will lead it. No, we always allow even the smallest person in the family to lead something. So yeah, he's 2.5 that time. So he leads the warm up. The whole like star jump and everything. It's quite long. The video clip is quite long. So I just skip it. But yeah, we always allow. And then sometimes we allow them to choose and handle like family outing. We give them freedom to choose, and we have this voting system in our family. We always vote. Like if someone wants to go out, or yeah, it's always majority that wins, not the father or the mother. And the last one is nurturer. So nurturing is like you nurture a plant. You plant the seed, and then you have to put soil and water, and always like give fertilizer. So we need to make sure they feel love. Like this one, we often disregard the power of hugs, but I know when it comes to children, you got to be a bit careful, because sometimes it's because of the gender sensitivity, and things like that between teachers and students. But if it's not hugs, it can be in words, or in a way of tapping their shoulders, or stuff like that, depends. But like as a parents, we always offer hugs, and even up until now, yeah, we do hug before we go to school or work, so that they know they are safe, and we always start our day with love. And then, yeah, this one is important. Recognize and validate child's emotions, so that they know that they can be honest with you. We don't disregard their feelings, no matter how, especially when little children speaks about their feelings. Sometimes it can be like exaggerating. Sometimes it can be not as per their own like thinking. It's a different POV, but yeah, we can just listen to it and validate their emotions. That's what I did with all the children. That's why they are quite close with me. There is story on this photo. This photo was taken when my second son, he was 5 years old this time. His school participate in national dyslexia competition. They have been practicing for more than 2 months, but on the day of the performance, he refused to wear the clothes. He refused to be on stage because he's so afraid. He was so nervous, and then it took us a long time backstage to uh, assure him everything's gonna be okay. Just do it. Eventually, we managed to make him appear on stage, and guess what? He's the most excited one. When the music starts, he danced the most, like beating his friends. And overall, they get second place. So yeah.
Mashallah.
And then we encourage them, because like they are quite small, but we encourage them to fast. So there's a stages, like when they fast half a day, and then they fast full day, and then they fast full day with 6 days in Shawwal. During this year, I think Imran was about 9 years old, and Ijaz was about 7 years old. Both of them completed Ramadan fasting fully. So we give them certificate to recognize their achievement. And also a new school bag. So they always like, okay, this is an achievement that until now, I still keep each of their folders and each of their arts in their own scrapbooks. The arts that they did when there was 1, when there was 2, when there was 3. So yeah, I always keep it so that they have something to remember when they grow up. And this also has a story. Imran was afraid of trying a bicycle, because he always rode the tri bicycle. And I gave him a firm options. I said, you can keep crying. If you don't try, next morning I will give your bike to someone else, your bicycle to someone else. So you can continue crying if you want. I want to go and cook dinner. If you want to cry, go ahead, cry. Next morning, I'll just give to someone else. So you know what happened? After 45 minutes, he come back and smile widely and saying he's now able to ride the bicycle properly. So just sometimes you need to be firm, sometimes you need to be like straightforward, because they know if it comes from my mouth, if I say I will give the bike to someone else, I will give it. So instead of, but I don't belittle his feelings. I don't hit him. I don't yell at him. No, I just say, if you don't want to try, it's okay. It's your option. See, I'm giving options. I seriously give options. It's your options. If you want to continue crying and don't want to try, it's your choice. Yeah, I'm okay with that, but I'll give it to someone else, the bicycle, so that it can benefit other person. But he don't want to give up the bicycle. He refused to give up, so he has to try lah. Then after 45 minutes, he actually can ride it. So case closed. This one also, he wants to try to play badminton. I said, for badminton competition, it's really, really tough. You need to practice. You just play for 2 months. How can you enter competitions? But he very insisted to try and enter competition. So I said, okay lah, never mind. You enter competition, I support lah. And you know what happened? There were 3 matches, all of it 21-0, 21-0. And then there is one pair, this Chinese pair, give like 1 point to save face. So 21-1. And then after that, he learned himself like, yeah, my mother actually already told me this, but I'm like, I don't stop them. Let them learn the hard way. Like, you really want to try, you try lah. Now you see. The competition level is not simple as what you think. It's not like playing in your school like every day. So yeah, sometimes the lesson comes in a very hard way. And then this one is a funny one. When it was during COVID, everything was locked down. I create a treasure hunt inside our house. So we do that as well. And then yeah, this is a big shuffle. So usually I will end this session with a role play for all participants in the workshop. So I give them a few cases like this. For example, the school refused to bring the special needs for a trip, and then yeah, there's four study cases. And then they need to present how they want to handle and how they want to do it. So yeah, basically I think that's the two sessions that two sessions, right? Two topics that I've shared for today. Just enough for 1 hour. And I hope you guys has learned something from this session lah.
Definitely. It was such a joy to learn from your own children, the way you shower them with love and their lives are thriving under your care. And you show so much compassion and commitment, like, and as a mother. And also, thank you for inspiring us to have that nurturing perspective towards these children. Thank you so much for your valuable insights on inclusive education for special children. We hope to apply what we learned here and make informed decisions on teaching such children with care. We thank you again for your time during your busy schedule and to share your work.
Any questions from any teachers?
Mm. Just a brief question about community, like as a community, what could be the role of the community in supporting such children?
From my experience, the community will support us, will give something, or will send us feedback when we advocate. Like, for instance, if you are having an event, let's say you have an event in the school, in your school, like special needs art display, or special needs something, and not necessarily special needs. It can be like just an event. You need to advocate. You need to tell parents, tell the communities, this is how you support, this is how you can make donations, this is how you can do a lot of things. If I can share, maybe just quickly, we have one school where our third children Isra now goes to, let me just quickly find it. So we raised a lot of awareness and we advocate a lot. This is Hati Emas, Pertubuhan Hati Emas supporters. So we always, like the teachers always share the clips of what happened in the school, what sort of things that happened. So all activities being, this is my third one, messy play. Isra. And then we gain attention and sometimes the community will come and help us in a lot of way, like giving foods, giving stuffs, and they will always come. And sometimes like it's as easy as this. We need a CCTV system in the school. So we make a donation drive, and not even in 1 week we close it because it's already we got around 5,195 ringgit that time.
Wow, impressive.
So yeah, this is the roles that we always do. And then they will come. This is community around the neighborhood. They come and bring foods and like celebrating the children, celebrating a lot of things. So we always tell them what things that we need, and then we always encourage a community to come together. So this happen only if we advocate actually. And then
wow.
the community will start to understand like, oh, the special needs is like this, they need that.
So on social platforms, post about
Yeah,
the day.
social platforms and
Yeah.
also WhatsApp groups.
I see. Those social support groups in WhatsApp groups. Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. It's so beautiful to see that these special children are living a thriving life in Malaysia. It's very different from what I see in other countries, but it's really beautiful in Malaysia.
Thank you.
Um, okay, so we will conclude our session here. Thank you everyone for coming and listening here, and we appreciate you, ma'am, Teacher Solfa, so much.
All right. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you guys will get something and get some benefits from this session.